business. Hey, this is love and business. Let's go. Love and business. We talking love and business. Hey, you ready? Let's go. Hey, hey, that's right.
So, Wayne, in this episode, I tell you, I want us to really get into how we survived a whole lot of economic downturns. Because growing a business is one thing, starting a business is one thing, scaling a business is one thing, but maintaining, sustaining, keeping a business, that's a whole nother story.
Yes, that's true. Survive. I was thinking about a old school song. I think it's Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive. And I'm thinking that surviving, it's difficult. Whether you're in business, whether you're trying to survive your marriage, I think to survive, I like that key word. I might tuck it away. Survive.
Yes, but then I feel like, we're going to move even past survival, which we did, into thriving.
And that's a great thing. Right, after you survive, then you thrive.
You thrive.
That rhymes.
Well, that's
That rhymes. I might kick a little rap on that, but I'll say that later on after I write it up. But yeah, you're right. Just surviving and thriving and growing a business and scaling. That's important
yeah, yeah.
because we want to continue to grow. We want to continue to be, be the leader. It's like America, being the first man on the moon, right? Think about it. I know it's years ago, but being the first,
The first is important.
the
The
first,
first, I
right?
think it's real important. I think, the other day that I was in going through the cabinets and I found these cups, these teacups,
Right.
coffee cups, and it
Tea or
said,
coffee depends on what you put in there.
"Thank
As long as
you,
it ain't strong, someone else can go up in.
guys, love and business."
Oh yeah,
This is it. You gotta be able to do it.
It can
Two
be
different people from two different backgrounds, but we're gonna stay focused on the
okay.
agenda.
All right. Okay. All right.
So the agenda is how we survived. You know, Most people know COVID-19, the pandemic. I think that was probably the worst that we went through. But these cups reminded me because I remember buying these cups as a fundraiser that they were doing. When the government shut down. So we went through uh, when I think about our business,
Right.
when the government shut down, because a lot of our business is with the government and the military. And
Right.
when the government shut down, that definitely stopped and halted a large part of our business. But, we were able to survive.
That's
Your
it.
word.
That's
We
it.
survived that. I don't know if you can really remember that, but you definitely, we went through the pandemic. That was probably something I don't think we've ever gone through before in our business.
I mean, with the business, you got certain things go around the world. Uh, for like when they had the sniper of DC sniper,
Yeah,
in reality, that didn't shut down the world like the COVID because
right.
the DC sniper was up there in that area, the DC area. But a lot of groups say, well, we can go south, we
Yeah,
can go Disney World, we can go to Myrtle Beach. So that didn't affect the business up like DC area, that
yeah,
that tourism. But a lot of groups will be like, well, we can still go down south, we can still travel. So the business uh, was still going off of that. But with the COVID, it was just a whole, just it affected the whole world. But
yeah,
but but I think like anything else, I think God had His hand on it. I think God had His hand on everything. So God knew about the COVID way before man even thought about it. So it's already he probably, had a plan for us
Yeah.
to, survive, because what we do, not only do we do transportation, but we do a lot of things to help the community. We
Yeah.
talked about the community. It's all about giving back. So
Yeah.
it's not about keeping everything to ourselves. So I think God filters certain businesses and certain people, I believe. And we got a purpose. I
Yeah.
believe that's why we still here in
a-
2023.
Absolutely. So when you think about, like, that's key. You talked about us giving back even in the midst of a shutdown when our company was literally shut down in the pandemic. I mean, you think about, people weren't traveling, social distance. The last place you wanted to get is on any type of vehicle, whether it's an SUV, a sprinter, a motor coach. You didn't want to be close to anyone. So, what are some things that you think helped us get out of that season? Because that was a hard season for us. And as far as the business part, then I'm going to throw it at you with the love part, because we struggled a little bit with that. I mean, the real, it was tough on our marriage. But as far as business, because that's your thing, um, what do you think you had, maybe your military training, being from New York? What do you think it was that helped you not give up hope as we saw our business completely come to a complete halt?
Well, just I don't know. I mean, like giving up hope. Well, I never gave up hope. I
Right.
mean, because giving up, I don't know. That's such a devastating word. Just giving up. I don't know. Giving up is really not in my vocabulary.
Right.
So I think it's about making adjustments. It's about hunkering down. It's not like you was going on vacation nowhere, because you couldn't go nowhere. So sometimes, it's sometimes during that period, you just gotta maybe read more, meditate, talk to God, like that. Because as many people that was dying,
Yeah.
you had like 1,500, 2,000, you had thousands of people. And
Yeah.
you be like, well, good Lord, that's a lot of people. So I never really, I know I never really got down and depressed, because people was losing their lives. So I was just thanking God we was just healthy.
Yeah.
So, we was healthy all through the
Yeah.
pandemic.
Yeah. We
So,
were.
so I mean, just right state of mind and so forth. But we knew the world is going to get back to the
Yeah.
norm. I mean, look at it now. Uh, people's next to each other, people shaking hands, and I didn't know. I don't know. I'm thinking that they was going to phase out the handshake. I thought they was going to come up and bump feet next to, and all that. And I don't know what, I was thinking the handshake might be gone, but the handshake is back.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm crazy about that, but it
You
is
can still do
back.
the elbow. You can do the
Right.
elbow. You can do you can do whatever.
But if we wanted to give like nuggets of advice, what would you say really? I don't know. I'm trying to think of different things that made me not lose hope. I know prayer was a big thing. Um, but it was some gloomy days in there. And I think, you know, the one thing you said is that you thought about what was really more important, and that was living and life, because so
Right.
many people were losing their life. So I think sometimes, you just have to, look at things from a different perspective. But I'm gonna get real with you, and I'm gonna get real with our audience.
Get
Am
real.
I
Get real. I like that. Four-letter word.
okay? You are a people person. You love people.
Wow.
You
Yeah, I do
love
love
people.
people.
See how you brighten up?
Yeah, I do love
This is the
people.
first time you
Yeah.
the whole
I
podcast. He's
mean,
like,
I mean,
giving some love.
well,
Your
I'm
eyes are tingling,
well, I'm a
but
people person.
twinkling. Right. So you love groups, we've seen the videos of you you've been on tours, and that is your I'm just looking at you. It's like
Yeah,
you're
yeah, I
getting
like
all
it. Yeah,
excited.
yeah, yeah, I like it. Makes
So
me.
how did that really I kind of saw that was a little hard for you when it we were closed down and you couldn't be around people and all of that kind of thing. I mean, tell people uh, that-
I
that-
mean, it's like anything else. You got to make the. I mean, you got to make the adjustments. I mean, like it's like when you go somewhere, when you step out in the wintertime, you gotta be prepared. You gotta have a coat on. When it's just different weather. If it's real real hot, you thank God for the AC. So it's like, you gotta adjust.
yeah.
You gotta just adjust. We wasn't dealing with people, but you know, with the time off, um, with the time off, we was able to maybe structure the business and
Mm,
think about the future. Because sometimes dealing with the business, you go, 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 go. We never really have time to really go over things because it was just extremely busy.
yeah.
When you're working 18 plus hours a day, you know, uh, 3, 4 hours of sleep, that's good enough for me. But when you working all the hours and all that, you never have time to really focus on different parts of the business. So it just gave us time to
Yeah.
just just relax and just deal with just look at other things. It's thank God for a roof over your head.
Yeah.
At least we had shelter. Nobody didn't go hungry.
Right. That's right.
So that's the blessing in itself. And plus, once you in business, you gotta save.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta keep your credit good.
Yeah.
You just can't be all over it. You can't spend foolishly. I like to go to Paris. I like to go to England, and I like to travel. But sometimes, you just gotta, hunker down. You just can't spend, spend, spend. There's a
Yeah.
season to spend. There's a season to shop. There's different seasons. But if you spend, 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 and don't save, 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 you be broke, broke, broke. I like that. I wasn't planning on doing it in threes. It came in threes. Spin, spin, spin. Yeah. Equals broke, broke, broke. Oh man. But that's true.
But that's true. I
That's
think
true.
that
So it ain't all about spending.
no, yeah, I think that's real important because I think if we had not had that season of saving and just really making sure that we hunkered down during certain times, we would not have been able to survive. I mean, that was, and so that was a big thing. But the other thing that you said that I really like, for the first time since we were in business, we literally had time to actually do some things as far as structure wise in our business
Right.
that we hadn't been able to do before. Because it seemed like as soon as we started business, we were busy and
Exactly.
we were constantly booked. So this was really a good time. It gave us some time to really just work on getting our the found some things in our foundation that were a little probably shaky, but because it was always busy, we didn't really notice it as much, but we were able to really sit down and look at our systems, our processes, go
Right.
over, revamp our manuals and all that type of thing. And
Right.
so I think that is some good information just for people is to say, um, I mean, at the end of the day, it's sort of taking, like the old cliche says, taking lemons and making lemonade out of it.
Right.
But we did have to have a little
I like that. What's that? What you said? Lemon? What was that lemonade? What was that? Take the lemons.
take lemons and make lemonade.
Okay, take the cool and make Kool-Aid. Is that saying? Oh, I had to throw that in because we like the Kool-Aid every once in a while. But go ahead. I like lemonade. It's cool.
Yes,
I like it
yes,
sweet, just like
yes.
you.
Thank
Love and
you.
marriage.
Love and marriage. This
All
is
right.
love and business, actually. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Love and
but
marriage, love
no,
and business.
no, but you're
It all
right.
going. Love and
No,
marriage,
you're
love and
funny.
business.
No, I'm just
We
messing
love
with
and
you.
marriage,
That's it.
but we in business.
That's it. That's
They
it.
all go
No,
hand in hand,
no, you're
like a good
absolutely.
peanut butter and jelly.
Guys, see,
We
this is
go
what I
together.
deal with.
Macaroni and
Cheese. I'm
there
forced
you
to do
go.
it.
There
I'm
you
forced.
go.
I'm forced.
You
I'm forced in
go.
this world. I'm
No,
forced.
no. Let me tell you right now. I remember being
Help, help.
no. I remember just being in the driving school car.
Oh, because we
Uh,
do have a driving school business.
Yes, we do. So
Okay.
if anybody out there needs some points or lessons, I've been an instructor since '08. That's 2008. Certified instructor by the state of Virginia. But I was in the neighborhood one day, student, and kept seeing the little kids. I was in a low income area, and I was seeing little kids uh, coming to this building. And I was teaching a student how to park. I was like, hold on a second. I was just observing, and they was giving out bag lunches there. And I was like, well, it blew me away because, kids in the low income area, people had set up. So it caught my attention.
Right.
I went up to the guys. I said, listen, my name is, Wayne Grice. And I said, how can I be part of this? I
Yeah.
told them that, and I was like, well, who's in charge? And they told me them. That's when I met the Buffalo family.
Right.
They was giving lunch out, and they told me where I could meet the family at, and I went and met the family and made a donation.
Right.
I have a check or nothing. I took money out of my pocket. I know you're supposed to do all this stuff, but I just said I'm gonna donate. I'm gonna be part of this.
Right.
And that's when I just got hooked up with the Buffalo family, and they used to have it out of their home.
Right.
And I used to just carry stuff there, but then they got a building,
Yeah.
like a pantry, and it was real nice. Like a ribbon cutting pantry in South Norfolk.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I just saw I just saw how, you know, we sometimes we might forget about kids ain't got no food to eat
Yeah.
in the house and lunch, and people used to eating at school all the time.
Right. But when
So
schools were shut down.
right, so that means
Yeah.
it made me just think about, wow, it's real out here. The struggle is real out here. It's real. So
Yeah.
I'm like, well, how can I be a blessing while school is out to the needy? So I got on board.
Yeah. And I think, that's probably one thing that kind of gets your mind off of your issue
There you
is
go.
when you help other people and it's not
Exactly.
just about you and what you're going through, because it's real
Exactly.
easy to get into that place where you have a pity party. But I do think that is one thing that I have to say you do especially well is just saying it doesn't really matter what we're going through, but it's always someone that is struggling a little bit more, a
Exactly.
little bit
Exactly.
harder. I mean, as tough as it was, a friend of mine said this. It was like everybody was talking about the pandemic. And she was like, I've been through pandemics before. Sometimes people don't realize just because this was a global pandemic, everybody went through it. But some people have been going through difficult, hard times like the pandemic at different times in their life.
Right.
So I think that was a good thing. And I don't know. I don't know if our time is almost up, but I think we're coming to that time, Wayne,
It is
where
coming. It's coming. I don't want it to come, but it's coming. I got my watch on, and it is coming. But I'm excited.
yeah, me too. And you guys are getting a taste of love and business. And we're just going to do real talk, just real talk. And we hope that there's something that you can take from it that will help you push, help you not give up, help you keep it going, help you not get a divorce, because if you're in business with your spouse
That's
or
right.
or one person is in business,
That's right. We don't even speak the D word
No,
in
we
our
won't.
home because we just, it's 25 years, huh?
Yeah,
25.
2-5. We're going
All
on
right.
2-5, and we've been in business almost as long as we've been married.
Yeah, we was in business, but we didn't really know how to do the business. We
Yeah.
just was in business.
We were in
But
business.
we learned how to do business.
And we'll talk about that in one of our episodes because we don't want you guys to just do business.
Right, do business
and not know
Right.
how to do business.
and turn a profit. You're gonna be
Right.
telling people, "Oh, I'm in business. I sell whatever," and then at the end of the day, you pull in $1.99, and you realize when you went through the toll that took $3.95. So you in the negative every day with the Easy Pass. Come on, now talk to me now.
That's
I'll tell you
true.
about the Easy Pass.
That's true.
Going through the tunnel.
But we're going to say that for the next episode.
Toll relief.
Yes, next
All right.
episode.
That's cool.
No,
I'm with
just
that.
kidding. All right, guys.
All right.
Wayne and Jackie signing out.
Signing out.
Loving business.
Love and business.
Love and business. Hey, this is love and business. Let's go.